Welcome back to the David Pakman Show.
Please take a second to donate your Twitter or Facebook accounts through donateyouraccount.com/David Pakman Show. It's a quick, free, and easy way to help support the David Pakman Show. Murray energy miners are saying they had to give up pay to attend a mandatory Mitt Romney rally. This is unbelievable. Earlier this month, Mitt Romney was welcomed at a campaign event in Century Mine, in Bealsville, Ohio, by hundreds of coal workers and their families. Now, many of the mine's workers are saying they were forced to give up a day's worth of pay to attend the event, and that they feared they might be fired if they didn't because it was called mandatory. Now, the claims were basically denied by Rob Moore, who's the CFO of Murray Energy Company, who owns the mine. The incredible thing is this. He acknowledges that the workers weren't paid. He says no one was made to attend the event. Kind of. He says it was a mandatory event, but people weren't forced to go. What does that mean? That they weren't physically forced to go? Like they weren't physically dragged there? Let's listen to the interview he did on WWVA. This is just audio. Explain this to me, Lewis. I don't get it. Let's take a listen.
Here, right. Let me ask you this. Were workers forced to attend this event?
Right.
David, there were no workers that were forced to attend the event. We had managers that communicated to our workforce that the attendance at the Romney event was mandatory, but no one was forced to attend the event. We had a pre-registration list. Employees were asked to put their name on a pre-registration list because they could not get into the event unless they were pre-registered and had a name tag to enter the premises.
Okay, and then of course the registration list is also connected to the fact that people who did not attend were then reprimanded or put on certain lists. So explain that to me. You are not forced to go, but it is mandatory. Now, this is a company with a long history of donating close to a ton of money, $900,000, for example, to Republican candidates in the last 2 years, et cetera, et cetera. What does mandatory but not forced mean?
Well, I think they mean physically forced.
Right. No one was tied up and dragged to the event. They were just threatened with the implicit loss of their livelihood through their jobs.
Right.
So they weren't forced. Of course not.
No.
Perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Mandatory plus not forced is a lie. Okay? I mean, seriously, everyone here has internet access. Look up the definition for mandatory, and it's a synonym for required. Required, okay? You'd think they would at least pay the people that they forced to go to a rally in support of Mitt Romney.
They probably just used all the money from that day to donate to the campaign.
How do these right-wingers dare call Obama Marxist? I mean, this order of going to this thing for no pay is straight out of the communist country playbook, right? Mandatory attendance without pay, yet for some reason it's President Obama who's the communist.
I just want to make one point there. Based on just what Dave's old economics professor Richard Wolff would say about this, the communist idea of controlling everyone in the business, for example, has nothing to do with Karl Marx at all. So let's not use the word Marxist to describe anything related to that. I think Dave would agree.
I'm saying it's the right-wingers who are saying Obama's a Marxist.
That's right, but I'm saying even that's incorrect. Even the comparison between Marx and communism is incorrect.
Absolutely, no question. But that's a separate conversation. But a welcome aside from TV director Gautam. Putting aside, though, the absurd mandatory but not forced thing, if the miners had a fear of reprisal of any kind, then it is coercion from the legal employment standpoint. Putting aside this dumb, well, it was mandatory but they weren't coerced. Let's just put that aside. It doesn't make a difference.
So will we see any lawsuits here by civil rights groups?
Probably not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's too bad.